Hello, everybody, and welcome to another amazing episode of Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. We have a great show for you tonight. I have a phenomenal guest. This lady does it all. So we are going to talk a little bit with Miss Melody Kashumba today, who is originally from Africa. So let me tell you a little bit about her, and we will dive right into our show. So Melody Kashumba was born in Harare, Zimbabwe, Africa. She was born to a family of 5 children in a middle-income family. Only by the hand of God at 16, Melody obtained a passport with a dream to migrate to the United States and create a new paradigm for the Kashumba family. She believes her parents were visionaries that believed God for the impossible, and at the age of 19, by faith, she arrived in the United States of America as a student with a family mandate to make it. In the United States of America, over 19 years of her life, she's progressed from an entry-level position as a dishwasher to a professional development educator. She believes her steps are grounded in faith in God and his son, Jesus Christ, and the teachings that always demand excellence. Professionally, she's a registered nurse of 15 years. She's an experienced multi-organ transplant unit in a trauma hospital. She has experience as an open heart critical care nurse from a local hospital, a hospital quality nurse with a Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt certification for process improvement and waste reduction. I told y'all she was phenomenal. Currently, she's establishing herself as a pain to purpose accelerator with a focus on women who have identified perpetual patterns of pain in their life and are ready for a paradigm shift, standing on their pain to achieve new levels of influence in their family, community, cities, and beyond. By God's grace, Melody holds a master's in nursing and healthcare education from the University of Phoenix, an associate's degree in Christian ministry from Tampa Bay Bible College. But her greatest ministry of all is to be a mother. She's a mother of 3, 2 daughters, and 1 son. And she also brings awareness to women of their worth, the power of their thought patterns, reinventing their perspective, and living a victorious, spirit-filled life with God as an anchor for a renewed life. I told y'all she is on fire. So after our intro of our show, I will bring on our virtual stage Miss Melody Kashumba. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Welcome to Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. We hope that by the end of our show, you're left feeling empowered, motivated, and connected. So come on in the room. Grab your favorite drink. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Because you're finally at home at Keever's Place. And welcome back to Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. As I just read our intro of our phenomenal guest tonight, so I will bring her on the stage and introduce you to, personally, Miss Melody Kashumba. Come on in the room, Queen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So happy to be here.
Thank you so much. And I'm super excited to have you. I've been looking forward to bringing you on for quite some time now. It's finally here.
Yes. So excited.
Well, Melody, I just read a awesome introduction about you. So we're going to break all of that down. But I am a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. Everyone has a backstory. So tell us a little bit about who Melody is and where did you actually come from?
Thank you. That's a really good question. You know, I always like to start by just saying, I know my story, what sums me up is I am just a simple young Zimbabwean girl who was just so blessed by the grace of God that he was able to lift me and go before me and take me to where I am today. But my story in short is I was born and raised in Zimbabwe, Africa, from the time I was a child. And I came to America when I was 19 years old. We grew up so full of love and faith from my parents that I was not aware of the poverty cycles that we were going through. I wasn't aware of how hard life was because of the security that my parents gave us. But the one thing they gave us being young in Africa, they gave us a vision that we could be anything. And my dad told me that growing up, and at 15, I believed him. And I asked him, I said, I would like to go to America. He said, you could do it. The rest is history. Coming from nothing, I made it into the United States of America and came with the tenacity to just become something, because of the cycles of poverty and hardship that I went through. And as my bio said, I started as just a dishwasher, but I had vision, I had faith, and I had that love of my parents and faith in an unending God and impossibilities. And as I took one step forward in faith, doors opened with hard work, of course, and taking me to where I am today. But what sets my story apart is my process has given me a heart to pour back into those areas that I overcame.
And that what drew me to you when you and I first initially spoke, with like February or March, I believe it is I could feel just in our conversation your heart of passion, your heart of just educating, your heart of just being able to provide resources for women from similar walks of life. So tell us a little bit about overcoming the cycles of pain and adversity. What does that actually look like for you?
So, and that's an excellent question. So there's so many people will be able to relate to this. When you're going through pain and adversity, you're in the fight, right? And going through it, but you're blind to what process you're in. It takes someone to reveal to you the power that you've developed as you've been in the pain for you to actually realize how much potential you have. So for me, I was going through cycles of relationships that were not so good. That was later on when I was older, abusive relationships, the cycles of poverty. And poverty is not just a state of having no money. It's also mindset. Because when you do then get that money coming in, your mindset is still stuck in the ways of limitation. And that on its own starts another cycle. So it takes going through it, but you need somebody to highlight to you the way out. And this is where my story and where I am today is kind of waving ladies and women the way out of their process. You've already gone through the process. You've already gone through the pain. Even when I was in the middle of that pain, not having the revelation that there was a way out kept me deeper in that pain. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And you, what you said is so true. And it's also valid because, it's so many times that as you're going through traumatic experience, as you walking through, painful, you really don't realize that the fight that, you are currently in, and sometimes that revelation don't even come until you're out of it and you're able to look back on it.
That's it. That's it. And that's what, for me, that's the best part of it. It's that revelation. That's when you turn pain to fuel, pain to power, because how bad my pain is, your perseverance that you have developed. If you think about it, if you're a person who's had perpetual cycles of pain, you're constantly fighting back, that's a lot of fight you have. But if you can fight back targeted and fighting your way out, that's pain to power. That's pain, that's standing on your pain, and that's pain to fuel, and that's the one thing I love about ministering and helping women that have been through cycles of pain and abuse is they know how to fight. They know how to take their power back once they have that ignition.
Mm. I had to give you a round of applause for that. That is.
Thank you, God.
Yes. And one thing too that, I find, coaching women or talking to women too is that, and you just said it, they don't understand their power. They don't understand that the strength they are walking in. But also what's important is manifestation, right? Being able to speak what, even if we don't see it going into fruition yet, but being able to speak it and believe it and being able to walk in it. So how much has manifestation, which, I think I know the answer to it, but what impact did manifestation play in the role of you getting where you are today?
So in terms of manifestation, and I like to call it vision, because I see something, and when I see it, I am walking towards it. So even me coming to America, and I'll talk about what used to happen when we were children. My parents, we didn't have much, but they would take us to the airport. And when we got to the airport, there were planes going to Australia, planes going to Germany, planes going to the United States. And I remember the names. And when we walked into the airport, I could smell the smell of international travel. But when we went back home, sometimes we had no electricity. But that vision was ingrained in me. I was moving towards it. And just by being in that environment and seeing that vision, seeing where it was that I was headed, or possibility, I was drawn like a magnet to it. So that's the beauty of manifestation. For me, it's vision. It's seeing where I am trying to go and seeing a world of possibilities. That gives me a reason to fight. That gives me a reason to wake up another day and press on. So it's a big part of it. It's a big part of it.
I love that. Wow. I know that, Melody, when you and I spoke initially a couple of months ago, you were telling me about some things that you had in the works. And I know that since from that particular time, you have manifested or brought into fruition some of those things. So let's talk about like the new things that you have brought forth since you and I spoke last.
So I'm not sure if the book was out when we spoke, because it's been.
I don't think it was out at that.
Oh, wow. That's
So
interesting.
tell us about your book.
That is interesting. So since then, I think it was about to come, but like anything, with when you're trying to birth something, it takes a little bit of time. And I think it was 3 months behind. But the book came out, and I'm going to put it on the camera and see if you can see it, which is Pain, the Accelerator to a Life of Purpose. The book details my story of growing up in Africa, and it kind of just takes you through all the pain that I've been through, but it brings you to a place of resolve where I realized that revelation that I had to take my power back. And then it then brings you into the place of where I am today. So I look at it as a book it's an inspiring book to women. When you read that book, you realize you're not alone. When you read that book, you realize you are not your pain. No matter what situation you're in, It doesn't define who you are. It's also a book that makes you realize that everything you've been through is working out for your good, and that every single thing you've been through has equipped you for where you're going. So people may look at pain, as I said earlier on, as pain as a bad thing or whatever you've been through. But if you flip it around and look at it in a different way and say, I made it through this, so I developed patience, perseverance, hard work. You take those tools every day and lead with patience, perseverance, and hard work. Those become your power tools. So it's kind of a book that talks about that. So I'm very proud of it, and I thank God, because it takes a while to birth something, but it's finally out. And also, as you know, I'm passionate about women, so I continue to help women. But my latest campaign is a pad campaign. I am trying to raise as much funds as I can to help women in my country, women and girls, to buy pads, to actually give them pads for just monthly cycles. It seems like something small, but for me, I like to say $1, even $1 goes a long way in this pad campaign, because there's a lot of research. And even as women, if we think about it, if you don't have sanitary pads during the month, it's unthinkable here in the United States, but this is happening in other parts of the world. So it's a cause that is so near and dear to me. And I'm kind of just pouring myself into it and trying to partner with women to pour into this cause so that we can ensure that girls in Zimbabwe, for now, hopefully we'll take it globally, but girls in Zimbabwe are able to get pads, are able to get to school, are able to have peace of mind, and are able to have hope for their future. So those are the two things that I'm leading with.
Oh, awesome. Now we're going to actually talk about your pads foundation, but I wanted to back up a little bit about your book. Now, I know also you are an empowerment coach. So
Yes.
Is the book what kind of pushed you into coaching, or was it vice versa?
It's an interesting question. I think if you're a coach, you're born a coach, always a coach. So when you finally call yourself a coach, you just branding yourself and announcing yourself to the world, right? So it's always something that I've been doing, pushing women whenever I see women that are going through something. And in that's where the book was birthed, in that space of helping women and realizing that I have a message of encouragement and empowerment, and I had to get it out. So I can only touch so many people with these lips and this body, but this book can go all over. So it's kind of like an avenue of coaching without me being there. But as the book came out, I continue to coach women and to help women move from pain to purpose. And I like to think about it as partnering with them, because I see the value in them and I see where they're going. But it takes a while for them to see it because they're in that space. So I'm that person who comes with you and speaks life into you, because I was born to do this, to help you see the opportunities that are around you. That's another thing. When you're in the fight, you can't see the opportunities around you, and there are opportunities around you. So
yeah, and that's
coaching book coaching.
right. And that's a beautiful, beautiful point. And I love the way you transition from the coaching to birthing a book. And you just said a mouthful, and it's so important for, women, especially those who may be going through traumatic experiences or walking through pain or dealing with domestic violence or have children, that's not where you would want them to be. As women, we have a lot on our shoulders, and it's so much that we endure. And you need somebody like Melanie in your corner, letting you know that, hey, sis, I see you, And sometimes as women, we feel as if we aren't seen or heard. And it's really important for others to know that, yes, I do see you. And not only see you, but I understand. And I
Yes.
relate because I have been where you are.
Yes.
And just,
Yes.
I just love your vulnerability of so just putting yourself out there for people to actually see that
Mhm.
yes, even though I've walked through X, Y, and Z,
Yes.
I'm here. And
That's
you
it.
can definitely get to that point.
Absolutely. And surpass, and surpass me, right?
Mhm.
And that's what it's all about. And it takes a lot to be able to share openly the things that I've been through. But I realized somewhere along the way that, you know what, if I have to pour everything that happened to me to help somebody, then so be it. So be it. So
And that is so admirable of you, because sometimes we tend to sit on things because, we don't want to be judged or we don't want people, you know, to have the wrong perspective of us. And that's what I like to teach as well is that the things that we go through is bigger than
mhm.
us. It's bigger than us. And it's not just for us because if God allow us to go through it, is to use that as a teaching moment, as a testimony,
Yes.
not from
Yes.
our will, but to actually see how far you can make it with God's help. I'm a firm believer on that.
Amen. Absolutely. We overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. So, and that's a good point you bring up because the more I share my story, it just makes me stronger. It just makes me stronger. It just makes me better, as a person. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
I love it. I love it. So tell us a little bit more about your foundation and how people can help, because you just said earlier, prior to us diving a little bit more into your book,
hmm
um, and that's what people don't realize too is that when they think of sanitary napkins, they think of something that is minute, and for some, I mean, it's really an afterthought, but for the young women and girls from where you are, that can literally mean, do I get up to go to work or school today, or do I have to be stuck at home? So it's an avenue to be able to be better and just start to move forward in life. So tell us a little bit more about that and how people can get involved.
Absolutely. And just like you mentioned, that it's something sometimes that's an afterthought until you've been in a situation where you don't have. And I'm fortunate that when I was there, I had resources. So it's something that, and we all know, if you don't have security, you could be very vulnerable. It's something that self-esteem. So in an instance where there's nothing, girls may stay home and not go to school. Women, the mental anguish of not having, you know, and using alternative methods. And I'm a registered nurse. We we're advocates for health. Are we assured that whatever they're using is clean and it's sanitary? And are their reproductive health, is that going to be compromised? So I could go on and on and on, but just providing pads on a monthly basis goes a long way. That's one less thing they have to think about, especially for the women. For the girls, they get to stay in school, stay in class, and they get to contend for their destiny. Think about being that girl child who's empowered and who wants to get her school done, and it's a Monday, but I can't go to school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I am robbed of that opportunity to contend for my destiny. And I am all about women empowerment, but sometimes empowerment is not only mental, but it's just basic resources, right? For some, it's food. In this instance, it's sanitary pads. And this is through the Graceful Acceleration, because I'm in the process of establishing the official nonprofit. but it's through Graceful Acceleration, which is my coaching business. We are actively donating money as we get it to partners in Zimbabwe who are also partnering, because we're partnering to ensure that we're working with our youth, working with women, and empowering them in that avenue.
I love it. Let me ask you now, I just want to make sure I have a good understanding. You are just collecting funds, or do you actually have pads? And I'm asking that because I may have a contact for you that sell natural sanitary napkins, and that is something that we can talk to, off camera.
Yes.
And matter of fact, I'm going to play her commercial during our break, but
Yes.
I want to make sure I have an understanding. So do you have a resource that already has the pads and you're just raising money to send over to them? Or are you looking for both, a natural pad?
So looking for both, because I
Okay.
have the ability to send pads, but also have the ability to get pads provided there. So both avenues, and then we'll just work towards, and I love to travel. So who knows, I may take them there someday.
You never know. Yes. Well, listen, we have to take a quick commercial break. We're not done with Melody just yet, ladies and gentlemen, so don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to dive in a little bit more. We're going to find out what she does to relax and unwind, and also how you can get your hands on that wonderful book. So don't go anywhere. Like I said, we're not quite done yet, so stay tuned.
Are you looking for a natural boutique? Then look no more. Keever's the Natural Choice Boutique and Gift Shop, located in Camden, South Carolina. We have all natural products, ranging from deodorants, natural soaps, natural hair and skincare products, and everything that you need. But wait, there's more. At Keever's, you can also get women apparel, handbags, women's shoes, and jewelry. Visit us today at Keever's, the Natural Choice Boutique and Gift Shop. And be sure to follow us at Keever's Boutique and visit us in person at 2639 Suite D, Broad Street, Camden, South Carolina. Or visit our website at www.keeversboutique.com.
On this journey, I found myself on the road through personal pain and discovery. I found out that there were so many women and young girls who suffered just like me due to having a lack of information about our bodies. I knew then that it was up to me to help and share what I know. So I traveled on the road that has many ups and downs in order to empower and inform young girls that there is a better way. And I'm yet on this road again, which is very uncertain, but there are many bright moments along the way with inspiring the next young generation of ladies to take control of their bodies, health, and minds. On this road, I find myself moved with compassion and empathy for the moms who just don't know. That's why I go to many places, near and far, to inspire, to educate, to empower the next generation of women and young girls to take complete control of our minds, our bodies, and our health.
And welcome back. Welcome back to Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. So if you are just joining us, we are speaking with Ms. Melody Kashumba, and she has divulged so much information about turning your pain to passion and purpose. So we're going to bring her back on the stage and finish our conversation. So welcome back, Ms. Melody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. So right before the break, you were telling us about your foundation, but I want to ask you, I know that you love to travel, and I know you are doing a lot with your coaching, with your book, working as a nurse. So what is it that you like to do to wind down and make sure that you are good, you are in a great mental space?
Thank you. So for me, I think what's huge is quiet time, silent time. Believe it or not, sounds simple, but it's my happy place, because I believe that my brightest ideas, best ideas, even when I'm resting, come out of that quiet place, as well as just having some downtime. I have 3 children, 18, 16, and 14. So you can imagine how that is. Yes. And for fun, I am a deep sea girl. I like going deep sea fishing out into the water and trying to get that big grouper. That's who I am. So sometimes you'll find me at the beach trying to fish, or at a river nearby trying to catch some fish. Just simple fun. And of course, traveling. But lately, I've not been able to travel much, but I've been to a lot of countries in Europe, in Africa, just learning the culture and working with other women there.
That's amazing. Now, I'm not gonna lie, you don't even look like a fishing girl. So you just
I always make fun of it, because when I go, I have foundation, I have lipstick, but I have my gloves,
I can just imagine you all dolled up out there on that pier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have my fishing shirt, fishing shoes, everything, but I'm one of the cutest fishing people out there,
I know that's right. I know that's right. This has been amazing. I have enjoyed you tonight. Tell us how they can find your book.
Pain, the Accelerator to a Life of Purpose, is on Amazon. So if you just search on Amazon, you can find my book there. And my prayer is always with each and every book that it ignites something in you, it inspires you, and empowers you to go places that you never imagined possible.
I love it. I love it. Wow. So if they are wanting to get in contact with you, I know that they can find a lot of information out on your website. So ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to get in contact with Melody to find out just more about her purpose, everything that she has going on, about her book, definitely reach out to her at www.acceleratepain2passion.com. Again, that's acceleratepain2passion.com. And her social media is very simple. It's her name. So you can find her on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram at Melody Kashumba. And yes, so anything that you are wanting to know more, if you're wanting to collaborate with her for her amazing cause to send sanitary napkins over to the women and girls in Zimbabwe, definitely reach out to her. Queen, this has been amazing. I have enjoyed you. Any final words that you would like to share with our audience that maybe we did not hit on tonight, or if you would like to shed a little bit more light? So the floor is yours.
I think we covered a lot, but the one thing I just want to say to anyone, any of the women that are watching, is you're enough. You're not your process, but you're bigger than what your process was. And there's so much power and value in you. And the best is yet to come. I am just humbled to have been here, and I want to thank you for this amazing opportunity. Thank you very much, Keever.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I have thoroughly enjoyed you. You are welcome back anytime at Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. And we will definitely get together to, find out how we can be of value to you and to your foundation. I think it is wonderful. And we will definitely want to connect you with, I think I may have somebody who would definitely be able to help you out with that venture.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Hang tight. Awesome show. I hope you have enjoyed Miss Melody Kashumba tonight. She was truly a blessing. Again, if you would like to reach out to her, you can find her information on her website. You can go to www.acceleratepaintopassion.com. You can also all the social medias at Melody Kashumba. Thank you so much for watching tonight. We truly enjoy spending our Thursday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with you. And definitely tune in next week where we will have another amazing guest with another powerful message. If you would like to be a guest on our show, you can definitely visit us at www.tinyurl.com/Keever's Place Booking. You can definitely book there, or you can text the word guest to 803-368-3030. You can find our podcast on all major podcasting platforms, including now Pandora, Amazon Audible, and Amazon Music. So you can definitely find our podcast there as well. So until next time, family, we thoroughly enjoy spending time with you. Let's continue to share, connect, and glow, because we understand that building our network also builds our net worth. So thank you again. We love y'all. And until next time, have a blessed night.
Thank you for watching Keever's Place, the Keever Murdaugh Show and Podcast. Tune in every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Keever's Place. To be a guest on our show, text the word guest to 803-368-3030 or visit us at tinyurl.com/Keever's Place Booking. And watch us on Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire as we're broadcasting in more than 60 million homes worldwide.
What's going on? It's your man, Eric Zuli. I'm an international commercial Axe body spray star. I've done films. I'm on Amazon Prime right now. And I built my own social network platform. We have 300 million people that we reach on our network. And I'm a man of God. And I'm telling you right now, man, where do you need to be? Oh, yeah, that's it. Keever's Place. You gotta go to Keever's Place. You gotta watch Keever's Place. You gotta hang out in Keever's Place. It's about Keever. You hang out in Keever's Place the easy way.